Chapter 1. The Mysterious Field Trip. When I was in 6th grade, our class embarked on what was supposed to be an unforgettable school field trip. It was an immersive science lesson organized by our teachers, a combination of our science, homeroom, and foreign language instructors. There were 16 of us from a small private school in the city, and the teachers believed we needed a break in nature. They chose central Pennsylvania's beautiful campground, the Sanctuary, which was actually a hawk sanctuary surrounded by miles of trees and mountains. We spent 2 nights there, hiking, exploring the flora and fauna, and learning basic camping skills. The highlight was sleeping in huts, making s'mores, and ditching our usual uniforms for jeans, sweatshirts, and baseball caps. Staying in the wilderness was thrilling, but I was terrified of the dark. The huts were more like wooden platforms with open sides, mosquito nets, and bunk beds, nestled amidst the vast forest. While my classmates seemed unfazed, I struggled to sleep, constantly disturbed by the inky darkness outside. Chapter 2. The First Night of Unease. The first night was restless. Every crack of a stick outside jolted me awake. Despite trying to stay calm under the mosquito netting, the darkness felt oppressive and unfamiliar compared to the city's nightscape. I kept telling myself it was just my imagination, but fear lingered. The second night arrived, and excitement buzzed through the group for our planned night hike. Little did I know, this adventure would etch itself into my memory forever. Chapter 3. Journey into the Unknown. Our night hike began as expected, silent and orderly. The camp guide led us along a narrow, winding trail barely visible in the darkness. Holding hands with my classmates provided some comfort, but the eerie sounds of the night kept my nerves on edge. Every rustle and distant call made my heart race. After a while, we reached a clearing that stretched for about a mile, surrounded by pine trees. The moonlight cast an enchanting glow, making the grass appear almost otherworldly. As we huddled in a circle, listening to the guide talk about nocturnal creatures and the soothing sounds of owls, something strange happened. I glanced to my right, looking into the dense blackness between the trees, and saw a figure emerging from the shadows. A woman, pale as moonlight, dressed in a flowing white gown. She moved swiftly toward us, her presence both mesmerizing and unsettling. Her screams were silent, transforming into eerie laughter as she approached. Panic surged through me, and I instinctively pressed myself against my friend Lisa, tears welling up in my eyes. Chapter 4. The Haunting Vision. Startled by my reaction, the teacher pulled me aside, concerned for my well-being. Some classmates laughed at my fright, but I knew what I saw was real, or so it felt. When I looked back at the slope, the woman had vanished. I tried to reassure myself and the teacher, but the image of her with fiery eyes and luminescent skin haunted me. That night, sleep eluded me as the memory of her chased me relentlessly. Chapter 5. Unveiling the Dark History. Years later, now 27, my fascination with that night only deepened. Curious, I researched the sanctuary and discovered a tapestry of ghost stories and a history steeped in conflict. The land was originally inhabited by the Lenni Lenape Indians, with remnants of their ceremonial practices still visible on nearby mountains. European settlers had clashed violently with the native population, leading to tragic events in 1756. I stumbled upon the tale of Matthias Schambachler and his wife from the 1800s, who ran a cottage in the area. Many travelers who stayed there never returned, and those who did spoke of unsettling noises and a pervasive sense of unease. One brave soul claimed to have witnessed Matthias cleaning blood from the barn walls, confessing to multiple disappearances driven by an ominous force that whispered from the hillside. Chapter 6. The Lingering Presence. These chilling accounts made me question whether the woman I saw was a manifestation of the area's dark past or a lingering spirit tied to the land's tragic history. The connection between my vision and the unsettling stories suggests that some mysteries are best left unexplored. Reflecting on that night, I'm grateful I wasn't aware of the sanctuary's grim history at the time. Had I known, perhaps I would have avoided venturing into that shadowed forest altogether.